Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all keeping safe and taking care of yourselves. For today's video I've decided I'm gonna film a little makeup tutorial. I haven't put any makeup on my face for the last 2 months. I've decided it's enough of looking like a potato. It's time to make myself feel good, and also I have some new bits from Charlotte Tilbury makeup that I really want to try as well. Okay, so first up I'm gonna start with a foundation, and I absolutely love this YSL Touche Eclat all-in-one foundation. I have it in shade B20, so I do have quite of a sensitive skin and a bit of a dry skin as well. It gives you a very dewy look and it's very kind of moisturizing. It doesn't dry out your skin like some foundations do. Another thing is that I like to apply my foundation with these kind of cushions instead of a beauty blender, because I find that beauty blenders really absorb so much product. And this cushion came as part of this little YSL foundation, which is exactly the same as this one. It's just in this kind of format. I'm just gonna do a little pump and a half, but if you want this foundation to last throughout the whole day, you definitely need to use some powder. I don't know if you can tell on camera, I think this foundation has such a beautiful dewy finish. I have a lot of like darkness under my eyes right now and around my nose, so I think he just covered that up completely. It's definitely not a full coverage foundation, but I absolutely love what it just did to my face. It just looks so much more healthier and so much more glowier. So next up, I'm just gonna use some powder on my face, and I'm just gonna use my trusty L'Oreal Paris True Matte powder. I normally use the Bourjois Healthy Mix, but I've run out of that, so I grabbed this one, and it's also a really good powder. I don't do any baking because I find that when I'm baking under my eyes, it just becomes a dry mess and it just gets all crusty and it doesn't look good. So I very lightly kind of apply my powder all over my face, and I find that it works really well for me. So just kind of swirl it in there, tap it off, and then I just lightly dust it onto my foundation. I just realized that I didn't apply a concealer first. Honestly. It's been a while, and I wanted to try the Charlotte Tilbury one. Oh my god. Okay, we'll pretend it's fine. So I'm just gonna try this little guy. Retoucher concealer. Oops. Oh, it's too much. And then I'm just gonna go in with the same cushion, and I'm just gonna press it into my skin. It's very brightening, which is what I love in a concealer. I'm just gonna powder on the top of that really quickly. Okay, so after I've done that, I'm just gonna go into bronzer. So I'm gonna be using this Stoned Rose Beauty Instant Look in a palette. So the top row is all the eyeshadows, then you have a bronzer, then you have a blusher, and then you also have a highlight. I apply bronzer on my forehead, on here, and also on the jawline as well. And that way you have like this very balanced bronzed look, which I really like. And next I'm just gonna go in the same palette and do my blusher, and I think I'm just gonna go in with a lighter shade, and I'm just gonna apply it on the high points of my cheek. Okay, now we can move on to the eyeshadow. So I got these 3 shades over here. First, I think I'm gonna start with this color right here and just apply it on the crease of my eye very lightly. Just gonna go into darker color and I'm gonna press it onto my lash line. And I'm just using this flat brush to do that. And then I'm just gonna go in with a blending brush again, and I'm just gonna kind of blend it in a little bit more. And then I'm just gonna go in a bit more into the darker shade. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of the same color on the bottom lash line as well, just to connect it all together. And then use my blending brush again, just to smooth it out a little bit. I'm really lazy, I'm just gonna clean this brush on the back of my hand, and then I'm just gonna go into this lighter shade and apply it onto the inner corner of my eyes, and I'm just gonna stretch it out a little bit further out as well. Just gonna blend it together a little bit more. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of this face highlight onto my brow bone. Oh god, that's very... wow. That is very, very bright. I'm gonna go back in and blend a few more things here. Okay, and now it's time for eyeliner. Honestly, the scariest part, because you never know how your eyeliner is gonna turn out. I've got this really old eyeliner that is still happening, but I've been using it so much that it doesn't have the name on it anymore, so I don't remember which brand it was from. It could be L'Oreal, it could be Max Factor, I don't know. But what I like about this eyeliner, it has this kind of pointy tip and it's almost like a Sharpie. And I think these kind of eyeliners are really easy to use. And then I'm just gonna wish me luck. Try and apply this guy. Actually, I think it's running out a little bit. It's not as dark as I would like it to be. I think it's on its last legs, so... yep. Okay, I think it's the best I can do right now. Okay, it's time to do some mascara, and I'm just gonna curl my lashes first. Always curl my lashes, otherwise my mascara never looks that good. And I've got this lash curler from Ayeko. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's a really good lash color. And then I'm just gonna try this little sample size volume legendary mascara from Charlotte Tilbury. Oh wow, this mascara is really good. Whoa, I don't know if it's because I haven't applied any mascara for like 2 months or what, or why are my lashes looking so long, but they never normally look this good. I'm definitely buying this in full size because this is a great mascara. Next step is eyebrows. I really like NYX products for eyebrows, so I'm just gonna use this micro pencil from NYX. On the one side it has the pencil, and on the other side it has the spoolie. And I really lightly start drawing onto the kind of arch of my brow. And then once that's filled in, I just go into the front of my brow and really lightly fill in all the sparse areas. I just go in with a spoolie to make sure everything is looking nice and smooth. And then I will go in NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. I make sure that my brows will stay on, and then I'm gonna move throughout the day, so it kind of sets your brows into place. And now I'm just gonna put on the lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury in color Pillow Talk. It's such a beautiful shade. Let's try it. It's very creamy. I think this is such a Charlotte Tilbury like kind of look. Last but not least, I wanted to do some highlighter. I don't like to use powder formula highlighters. I like to use cream formula highlighters because I think with the cream, it's always gonna look like your skin is kind of shining from within, as if you've been sweating. So I really like this Chubby Stick highlighter from Clinique. I like to just tap into it with my finger and then tap it on my face. It just gives you that kind of wet look, which is what I'm really into. It's very dewy. And on the other side. Looks like your own skin. Whereas with like the powder highlighter, sometimes I feel like it's looking a little bit kind of powdery and kind of cakey. But this is really perfect highlighter for me. Okay, you guys, and I think this is the finished look. I really like how it turned out. I think it's so summery, and I think it's so Charlotte Tilbury. It's like this very rosy, dewy, beautiful look. I am obsessed with it. I loved every single product from Charlotte Tilbury. Maybe not so much the concealer, because I feel like for that kind of price point, they're also really great drugstore concealers. For example, I really love the Bourjois Healthy Mix concealer. It's one of the most amazing drugstore concealers. Absolutely love this stuff. Or also the L'Oreal True Match concealer is also a really good one. In the future, I'd probably gravitate towards these ones more, just because they are a bit more cheaper. I think it's a quite expensive concealer. I think it's like 20 or 25 pounds. So I think these two do just as good a job. But everything else, the palette, the eyeshadows, the bronzer, oh my god, the mascara is so good. I'm definitely getting the full-size version of that. And the lipstick, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!